So apparently, Senator John Fetterman does not like that Donald Trump banned transgenders from the military. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Democratic senator from Pennsylvania, John Fetterman, speaking out against President Trump after Trump banned transgenders from the military. Now, I support what Trump did because when you have a transgender person in there, a lot of times all they're doing by joining the military is to get their gender affirming care, which means really a sex change on the house. It costs nothing. It's free. Well, let me take that back. It's free for the person getting the actual operation, getting the so-called gender affirming care. It's not free to you and I, the taxpayer. We are the ones who paid for Mr. Lady, Sir, Ma'am, etc.'s operation. That's what's going on. And plus, if you have a very invasive procedure like a sex change, you're not really going to be battle ready. You're going to be going through all types of recovery and treatment and hormones. You're not suitable for battle. And why are we paying for your care? Now, to get back to Fetterman, a lot of y'all are kind of surprised, like, not my Fetterman. I thought he was conservative. I thought he was MAGA. No, John Fetterman is not a conservative at all. He's like a normie Democrat. And you guys should have kind of, been paying attention, not just to the traumatic brain injury he had, but to other things, like when he said he's Fetterwoman.
My name is John Fetterwoman.
And of course, there's more to it than just that one comment. Fetterwoman, okay, that's funny, cool. But look at his actual voting record, because if you're a senator, that's what matters, your voting record. What do you vote for? What do you vote against? Who do you vote to confirm? Who do you vote against in the confirmation process? Speaking about some of the new people that's coming into the Trump administration right now, you got Pete Hegseth, you got Tulsi Gabbard. Guess who voted against both of those people? If you don't know, if you're guessing right now and you said Fetterwoman, you're 100% correct. 1,000% correct. So I appreciate him speaking against some of the really ridiculous and crazy things, but he's still a normie Democrat, a normie leftist, and he's going to vote the majority of the time with other leftists. That's just what it is. He's not a blue-haired weirdo. He's not one of these guys going around screeching, but he is a leftist, and he had a brain injury. So when people are saying, oh, Fetterman's brilliant, I like Fetterman, I think we're kind of moving a little bit too fast. And before I go any further, let's get to what Trump said back in December of last year about the trans ban from the military, the trans ban from schools, etc. Of course, I will link to this video and all others in the box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
With the stroke of my pen on day one, we're going to stop the transgender lunacy. And I will sign executive orders to end child sexual mutilation, get transgender out of the military and out of our elementary schools and middle schools and high schools. And we will keep men out of women's sports. And that will likewise be done on day one. Should I do day one, day two, or day three? How about day one, right? Under the Trump administration, it will be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Right on. So shout out to President Trump for just having a little bit of common sense. Just a little bit of common sense. It goes a long way. And I'm glad to see these policies coming into action right now, 2025, pretty much on day one, as he said. Now, Fetterwoman, as he called himself, does not like this too much. Okay. You see the crossed arms, the scrunched up face. He's not really a big fan of Trump and his common sense. Now, again, Fetterman, a normie Democrat, That's pretty much all. Although he might be a little bit abnormal and irregular with that flag right there. And I hate that version of the LGBT flag because of the black and the brown in it. Like, what I got to do with all that? I'm not living an alternative lifestyle. I'm not LGBT at all. So why am I on the flag? Anyway, I'm getting triggered, so I digress. Let's hear from Fetterman about why he says the transgender military ban is a bad thing. Check it out.
Hi, this is Senator John Fetterman. I'm standing in front of my office and two flags that are two core values of mine. I am an unapologetically pro-military, also very pro for the LGBTQ communities. And I would like to remind everyone that it was a time when it was very controversial to desegregate our military.
There we go again. Fetterman, see, look, man, don't compare being black to being LGBT. And see, that's why I mentioned this right here, because what he said is what this flag also says. You want to combine the LGBT quote unquote struggle with the black struggle in this country, and it's not the same thing. When the LGBTs can say that they were enslaved and brought here to be the permanent underclass for the entirety of this nation, when they can say something like that, then I'm like, all right, man, you know what? You got a point. But no, they have a choice to make. They decide to live a certain way, whether they're born with it, whether something happened to them as a child, whatever it is, they choose to live that lifestyle. I get up every day in the morning, I'm black and that's it. There's no choosing. You know what? I'm going to identify as John Fetterman today. I'm going to be a big 6'8", lurch looking white dude. That's not how it goes at all.
And there was a time it was incredibly controversial to have women serve in a combat roles. And it was also very controversial regarding on who loves. That's why I'm encouraging you to honor the inherent dignity of how you identify. And I'm going to defend and lean in for the trans community now, because right now it might not be popular to do that. That's exactly the reason why I'm choosing to lean in on right now and stand with this community. I am calling to rescind that kind of executive orders and to allow and honor the inherent dignity of the soldier, and regardless of whatever the race is, whatever the gender is, whatever who they love or how they identify. And remember, that does make for a military that's fully compatible with being lethal and to win wars.
All right, so there we go. Now, a couple of things that you may have questions about. Obviously, there was a bunch of editing and cutting in there. I didn't do that. That was just a video, and that's what the original video is. The reason why there's so much editing and cutting, I would assume is because he had the brain injury. So sometimes when he's speaking, it's not making any kind of sense. You heard it a little bit in there. Some of the words didn't really make sense. You know, it just was a little off. That's probably why there were so many cuts. And then the second thing would be he doesn't make sense sometimes when he speaks because of the brain injury. As I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Fetterwoman for just being a normie Democrat, because that's what normie Democrats do. They're into that kind of stuff. You supporting the trans. You don't want to vote in Pete Hegseth, Tulsi Gabbard. He's just being himself. I appreciate you for supporting the Lake and Raleigh Act. That was a good thing. Look, I can give you your flowers, as a cool kid say, when you do something that I like. Same thing with Joe Biden. If Biden did something good, I would say, okay, good job, Biden. I like what you did right there. But overall, as a president, he was awful. He was terrible. And that fake black lady was even worse. But if she did something that made sense, I would give her credit. Same thing with him. But just because I give someone credit for a good thing that they do or that they say does not mean I support them completely. Nor does it mean I think you have some kind of awakening and becoming the MAGA and becoming more conservative. Not at all. I just appreciate him from over there, and that's it. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about John Fetterman and this whole situation? Do you think that what he's doing is right by supporting the trans community? Is it the wrong thing to do? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is 100% wrong, because the only reason why the trans are in the military is because they want to get that free sex change in the house. And you're not military ready. You're not combat ready. You're not compatible with readiness. You're just not, because you have an invasive procedure. You got to get therapy and all kind of extra stuff. Okay, look, you want to identify as whatever you want to identify. Do that over there. The military taxpayer shouldn't be funding your sex change surgery. All right. Two genders, male or female, however you feel within your actual gender, that's your business. Whatever you do in your private time, as long as you're not violating somebody else's rights, that's your personal business. But when it comes to the military and certain standards that they got to have, I think it's okay to say, you know what, no transgender. And no, we're not going to pay for your sex change. I don't think that is an unreasonable thing to say or to request. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.